gentlemen, and fellow movie maniacs, welcome back to the Leroy and Elena Show. I'm your host, Leroy Jones, here to chomp into one of the biggest fish stories in cinema history.
And I'm Elena Lopez, coming at you with sunscreen, nostalgia goggles, and just enough fear of the ocean to keep me strictly poolside. And today, we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the film that birthed the summer blockbuster, Jaws.
Can you believe it's been 50 years since that shark fin sliced through the water and Spielberg sliced through our sanity? Jaws hit theaters on June 20, 1975, and the world hasn't been the same since.
Before Jaws, summer was where studios dumped the low-budget stuff they didn't know what to do with. After Jaws, summer became movie season. The movie season.
Let's get into how it all went down, how one malfunctioning shark, one young director, and one unforgettable score created a pop culture tidal wave that changed the entire industry.
Alright, quick summary for the two people on Earth who somehow haven't seen it. Jaws is about a massive great white shark that terrorizes the small island town of Amity. Enter Chief Brody, Hooper the marine biologist, and Quint the crusty shark hunter, who team up to kill the beast.
Simple, right? But what makes it legendary is the tension. Spielberg took a B-movie premise and elevated it with smart directing, phenomenal pacing, and that iconic John Williams DUH score.
And the real twist? The shark barely shows up. It's like the world's greatest horror villain who hides behind the curtain the whole time.
Which was partly by accident. The mechanical shark, nicknamed Bruce, kept breaking down. So, Spielberg improvised. He suggested the terror instead of showing it. That broken animatronic turned out to be a blessing in disguise.
Proof that sometimes the scariest thing is what you don't see. And that's a lesson every horror director since has tried to learn. Some more successfully than others.
Let's talk impact. Before Jaws, movies were slow burns. They played in a few theaters at a time, slowly building buzz. Jaws was different. It opened in over 400 theaters right out of the gate. That was unheard of in 1975.
Universal dropped a massive TV ad campaign. Like weeks of promos leading up to release. This was one of the first movies that treated its premiere like a national event.
And the money? Well, Jaws was the highest-grossing film of all time until Star Wars showed up in 1977. It made over $470 million worldwide in 1975 money. That's over $2.5 billion adjusted for inflation.
And suddenly every studio said, "Oh, we need our own shark." Not literally, but you get it. Jaws literally invented the summer tentpole movie. Big spectacle, big emotion, and big box office.
And if it wasn't for Jaws, there would have been no Jurassic Park, no Avengers, or Top Gun, Maverick. It really set the blueprint. Release it in June or July, hype it up, make it a cultural event.
Let's talk about the fallout. After Jaws, people stopped going to the beach. Legitimately. Shark sightings became big news. And somehow sharks became pop culture icons and horror villains at the same time.
It turned great whites into celebrity monsters. Like, sharks were just fish before this. Jaws turned them into mythological beings. Enter Shark Week, the sci-fi movie Sharknado, Baby Shark, okay, maybe not that last one.
But seriously, Jaws turned fear into fascination. And yet the film itself is also just really good. It's not just a shark movie. It's about isolation, bureaucracy, ego, grief, and trauma.
That monologue Quint gives about the USS Indianapolis. That's Oscar-worthy stuff. It's chilling and tragic. The whole movie works because you care about the characters just as much as you fear the water.
And let's be honest, there's a reason people still quote it 50 years later. You're gonna need a bigger boat. Smile, you son of a. It's only an island if you look at it from the water.
And all of those quotes are now iconic.
Let's also take a second to appreciate that Jaws launched Steven Spielberg's career. And he was 3 years away from turning 30 years old.
And the studio tried to fire him halfway through. The delays. The budget issues. He was under insane pressure. But he pulled it off, and changed the whole game.
Without Jaws, Spielberg might never have made Indiana Jones, or Saving Private Ryan. It all started with a fish and a camera crew losing their minds off the coast of Martha's Vineyard.
Honestly, the making of Jaws is its own epic story. I'd watch a dramatized series about it. Call it Behind the Shark.
Please let Princess Toy Nerd do that using toys. I want to see a Barbie Spielberg arguing with Ken studio execs, while Bruce the animatronic shark breaks down in the background.
That would definitely be a sight to see. So, 50 years later, why does Jaws still matter? Because it's a masterclass in tension. In storytelling. In turning limitations into strengths.
It's the movie that made Hollywood realize people want to show up in droves for something exciting, scary, and unforgettable. It gave us the summer blockbuster blueprint, and no CGI explosion fest has topped it.
If you've never seen it, watch it. If you haven't seen it in a while, rewatch it with someone new. It holds up. And then don't go swimming, especially if you're alone.
And hey, if you want to keep the movie magic going, make sure to subscribe to the Princess Toy Nerd YouTube channel. That's where you'll find more episodes of the Leroy and Elena Show, plus toy reviews, animated skits, and retro-style tributes to the greatest films of all time.
Trust me, there's a Jaws but its littlest pet shop short film on that channel just waiting to traumatize your childhood in the best way.
Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and remember, don't look down when you're on the water. Just keep your feet in the boat.
See you on the next wave, folks. This was the Leroy and Elena Show, signing off with 2 words, Shark Attack.
Me